All right. How's everybody doing tonight? You know, I met the funny man outside. I sent him to the bar. He's over at the Metro right now. He's going to pound back a few beers and come back. So that's cool. You know, it's great to be back in the Naked Cafe, the only place in town where the middle finger still counts for something. Thank you, Robert. This guy rocks, man.
Hey, Robbie.
Talk about perseverance and endurance. That's what this is about. And what's even funnier, I invited like 300 of my Facebook friends tonight. You know, if Facebook has taught me anything, it's that most people aren't as interesting as they think they are. Bastards, you can see the room is filled, but more people will come. It's all going to be great, man. You know, I was asked, what do we revolt against? What do you revolt against? Those people who want to place poetry on a pedestal. Someplace so high nobody without a sonnet or a villanelle could possibly touch it. They say poetry doesn't belong in the streets. It's not the language of the streets. We say, fuck that. Poetry was born in the streets. It belongs in the streets. The right words in the right fucking order. That's all we want, folks. I am thrilled to welcome Powerhouse Rayanne Doucette, Rockers Nathan Stokeland, Jillian Stokeland, I Am Mackie. I'd welcome the funny man. He's at the Metro getting drunk. I'll call him up when he gets here. And you know what? Tonight, Ground Zero goes global, international. For the first time ever, we have Sarina Zabriskie live on Skype. Yeah! Yeah! Are you fucking alive? Sarina is the author of Iron.
I think you might have to
click something. I can't click something. I'm right here. Can somebody else click something? No, she has to click something. I think she's having a smoke. The most carefully laid plans, they always go to shit. Stephen Berg, would you come up here and start us off tonight, brother? Do you have something for us? Excellent. This man is a great poet, Stephen Berg. Let's give it up. Yeah!
Thank you, Wolfgang. Apparently there is a hockey game going on tonight. Because of, you talk about poems. So this poem is called Poem Broken Open. I like the ribald poems of sloggers and shufflers. Their sweeping hands and glint eyes, the meat still in their teeth as they tell it loud. I like swaggering poems, poems that have a pack of players rolled up under a short sleeve. I like body, libidinous, flowing, flowering Song of Solomon poems. I like a full-lipped Flaubert of a poem, and I like the balanced elegance of a plated verse, a filigree of frost. I like a surprise lyric, one that at the end of a perfect day happily pushes you into the pool. And I love the one that steals you away to a slow river with broad, grassy banks and lets you lie there and breathe. Such permission in a poem is like roughed-in plumbing. All you need to do is choose your tub, fill, and bathe. I like poems that are unsure of themselves. An educator will tell you these are weak and deficient, but I like them because they're so much like people. I like a carefully wrapped haiku, and inside something turquoise and without purpose, but for its old pond beauty. I like careless poems, poems that sleep in, then leave you notes under your windshield wiper, telling you when and where to meet them. I love a free verse small epiphany poem, like a friend skipping class that hangs outside your schoolroom window, madly waving her arms and grinning, waiting for you to notice her and the clear sky behind. I like the ones that take you seriously, respect your mind and your time, and if not your time, at least your mind. But I don't like freighted, teleological, ontological, cosmic poems. They're like model rockets, all decals and plastic that topple over in a minor gust, spark and fizzle and spin circles on pavement. Don't like poems that tousle you. Hated being tousled. Hate the word tousle. And I don't much like hail fellow well met cowboy poems, although I admit to smiling every time. Don't like a high-flown God bless 'em poems. They're all doily. They don't have ears, so how can they have a heart? I do not care for a poem that supports a thesis, unless it came before the thesis was conceived, in which case it can glow, prescient in brilliance. More, I like poems that spitball you, chase you, and chide you with their slant rhymes, bumpy meter and screwy trochee, and you sit there and take it because they're saying something important. But the poem that breaks me open, the one that hurts without doing me harm, oh, give me this. Give me your signet, your sonnet, your elegy, or epic, and I'll climb, kneel, open my hands, eat the host, drink the wine. Trust me, I'd wait through any black night with you.
Yeah! Do it, brother. Do it.
This is called Tim's at Heart. Yeah, I live fairly close to the hip bone of culture. At least I can see the haute couture from here. Not that this has anything to do with what I'm about to tell you. You see, I like my local roast coffee house where beans are traded fairly well within urbane expectations. And soon, if I go in for a bit of midweight port with a beach market Monte Cristo, or if I like the Florentines at Duchess on 124th, or the cappuccinos and lemon pies advise. And yet, after all these Jeesley years, I walk past some guy wearing a Mack truck toque with a lit Players in his mouth and a steaming Tim Hortons and catch that acrid ambrosial combination. And it's like some balm of Gilead bursts in my skull. And my face is lifted by the elixir of ancient wisdom as agar wood incense burns in the temple of dawn. And suddenly I'm in a Steinbeck novel, reclining against a wagon wheel, watching an Oklahoma sunset while rolling a Bull Durham, the small cloth sack dangling from the cotton drawstring in my teeth. And the heat of day subsiding and the night splitting open like a wild plum. Or I'm in Pierce, South Dakota, sitting on a stone wall on wells, and yesterday's rain has kept us off the combines, and I have a whole aromatic morning to sit here with some carafe-scorched coffee from the Mobile truck stop and a pack of Winstons, because a Winston tastes good, like a cigarette should. Or I'm at Goodspear Lake in January, sitting in an Atcoat trailer after a few hours of clearing scrub poplar with a hatchet, building campsites for Saskatchewan parks and beer barbecue recreation. And I'm making $1.67 an hour, and it's coffee time, and I pop the cap off my thermos and lean over to catch a light from the Zippo Chink Nygren is holding up. And I see his breath, and we smoke with our mitts on, grinning, cigarettes in our mouths, blowing smoke out of both sides, betting on whose ash will fall first. Like the ash that just now fell from the cigarette of the guy in the Mack truck toque who had been in Tim's on 104th. And maybe that thought I had at the start, before I started to play this mnemonica, does have something to do with all this, because I'm thinking, oh sure, on the outside I might be all Starbucks and Credo and Transcend, evolved and intolerant of high tar filter tips, pariahs. But at heart, I'm still at Tim's and still craving a smoke.
Excellent. Thank you so much, Stephen.